In this walk with God, you're going to face betrayal. Why many people going to betray you? For a lot of people, they talk about their followers of God, right? But a lot of people, they're not ready to be betrayed. They're not ready to have people turn on them. This is where a lot of people fail the test. A lot of people, they give up on God when the persecution starts. When a lot of people, when they talk about their serving God, a lot of people, they talk about God when life is going good for them. They talk about God when life is going to go, oh yeah, God bless me, I'm blessed. But as soon as persecution comes, they're quick to turn against God. As soon as persecution comes, they're quick to give up on God. This is the main issue a lot of people are going to have, is that many people, they're too much into being people pleasers. Even a lot of Christians, they care more about pleasing people than pleasing God. And that's a very dangerous mentality, and I'll tell you why. Because in this walk with God, you're going to face betrayal from many people. Many people are going to turn against you. Many people are going to backbite you. Many people are going to spread rumors about you. And you cannot stop it. You cannot stop people turning against you, because even the Messiah himself went through it. Jesus Christ went through betrayal. Look at Judas. Judas betrayed him. His own disciple that he had around him for his whole mission, for his whole ministry. Judas saw Jesus perform miracles, healed the dead. Raised the dead, healed the sick, healed the blind, cast out demons, and yet he still turned on him. You know why? Because many people is going to come with a walk with God, because many people, they're not serious about following God. You're going to lose a lot of people along your journey in this walk with God. You're going to have people to where they're going to start off with you, right? Then a lot of them, they're going to fall right back. Some of them are going to fall to the world. Some of them are going to claim that you're not a real Christian, you're not a real follower of God. Some of them are going to start listening to the enemy. Some of them are going to turn to witchcraft, all types of stuff. But in this walk with God, you're going to face a lot of betrayal from many people. A lot of people are going to talk about you. Some of your own friends that you grew up with. You might invite them into a camp heaven. They might come, but they might not last. And a lot of times when people don't last, instead of them just quietly going about their business and, leaving on decent terms, a lot of people, they would talk bad about you. Please. I was around him. I was around her. They ain't no real Christian. Please. You should see the stuff that they do. Oh, you should see how their house looks. They would start bringing up all this little information about you that's a lot of times not true. Well, they try to make you look bad in front of people. They try to make you look bad as a follower of Christ, to destroy your reputation, so they can make themselves look good in front of the world. Because you have to understand is that many people, even the ones who start off with you and God, a lot of them, they care more about the world than they care about what God thinks about them. Many people, they're people pleasers. They care what the world thinks instead of what God thinks. And that's why you have many people that will betray you. Because if you're a follower of Christ, and you have a lot of people, for example, if you have a lot of people at your job don't like you, your friend who might also be a follower of Christ, they start off with you, you guys been friends for years, that's been your homeboy, your homegirl for years, right? Then all of a sudden, they might start to turn against you. Because a lot of times they can't handle the pressure. Because the pressure can start to hit them. Because you're now friends, because they're friends with you who a lot of people don't like. You over talk about God. You over talk about Jesus. So now those people who don't like you, then they're going to start turning against your friend. Then a lot of times your friend can't handle that pressure. Because they've not fully been set free. Because their mind is not fully on God. Their mind is still of this world. They might not tell you, but secretly in their heart, their mind is still of this world. And that's why a lot of times people will turn on you. That's why a lot of times people will start to go against you as a person. Because they can't handle the pressure when the pressure hits them. So you will be betrayed by many people. You will have many people talk about you. You will have many people that's going to turn against you. And you can't let it break you. Because the enemy, he's going to come in your mind and say, look at you. Your own friend don't even like you. Look at you. Your own girl. Your own homegirl. Your own homeboy don't even like you. Oh, look at you. Oh, look, you came into God. Your past partners, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends that you had when you're out in the world. Look, they're now coming out with new information about you. You might have broke off with that person silently, right? You might have said, I can't do this no more. I wish you the best. I'm about to go follow, I'm following God now. And now all of a sudden they spreading all this false information about you. You might have been loving and caring to them as a person, as a friend. And now all of a sudden, they all of a sudden spread information about you. And it could hurt. Don't trust me, it could hurt. It could hurt when friends turn against you, when family turn against you. Listen, when family turns against you, that's a deep one, especially, to be honest. Because that's your own blood. That's your own mother, father, cousin, whoever is turning against you. That's your own blood. It's one thing if people who you met yesterday turn against you. You might have been friends with this person for 1 or 2 years. They turn against you. Yeah, you guys are friends, right? But a lot of times it hits deep. when it's your own blood that's going against you. It hits even deeper. But guess what? It's going to come in this walk with God, because even Christ said that a man's enemies will be those of his own household. Mother shall go against daughter, daughter shall go against mother, father against son, son against father, father-in-law against mother-in-law, all types of stuff. It's going to come in this walk with God. Because you have to understand is that the truth is powerful. God's truth is powerful. You know, when you proclaim the truth for God, not everybody can handle it. Some people saying to listen and learn. Some people, they outright get mad. And instead of them looking to learn from you and try to see what the Bible says, and try to see what the Most High says so they can improve their lives, they rather hate and turn on you. Because that's easier. Because it's easier for them to listen to the devil's voice inside their mind than it is to listen to God's voice. It's easier for them to follow the enemy's path than it is to follow God's path. Because a lot of people, they're off their flesh. And you see, God, he's off the spirit. God don't operate off the flesh. You see, Satan, he loves when you operate off the flesh, because the flesh will cause you to do silly mistakes. The flesh will cause you to look at somebody who's a follower of Christ and say, that person's not no real follower of Christ. That person demon possessed. I don't believe that person's a real follower of Christ. That person false. Look at how they treated Jesus. The Pharisees would talk about Jesus was casting out devils with a demon called Beelzebub. And Jesus had to tell him, how can Satan cast out Satan? Like, you know, to us who are followers of Christ, we understand what Jesus was doing, right? The disciples, they understood. But guess what? Their own Pharisees, the ones who believe in the Messiah, they understand, because their minds are not in God. Their minds are off this world. Because they were expecting the Messiah to come in their form, but he came in a different form. They were probably expecting Jesus to come the first time 2,000 years ago, coming from heaven, a big gold chariot with thousands of angels. They didn't expect him to be born to a Virgin Mary and just be an average looking guy, because even the Bible says that Jesus has no beauty that we shall desire in him. That's in the book of Isaiah. So they would probably expect him to come a different way, and when he came the way that he did, they didn't believe that was him. And look, they ended up missing the Messiah right then and there. They turned against the Messiah himself, and he was right there. They were following the law of Moses and everything, and yet they still turned against Jesus. And that's why in this walk with God, you got many people going to betray you. And a lot of times, these people going to betray you are going to be Christians themselves, because even the Bible says, on that day, many will say, Lord, Lord, did we not cast out demons, prophesy, doing many wonderful works in thy name? And Jesus would say, I never knew you, depart from me, you worker of iniquity. So you have to understand it. Just because someone calls themselves a Christian, they talk about, oh yeah, let's hang together. You know, let's do this walk with God together. Let's hope win souls together. They're not always going to stick around until the end. Because that's even what the Bible says, he who endures to the end shall be saved. Because a lot of people, they start out strong. But a lot of times at the end of their lives, they drop and they fall out. They fall off good standing with God. Because a lot of people, they can't handle the pressure. Some people, they fall for the enemy's voices. The enemy, he offers them deals. Like, look what they offered Judas. If Judas betrayed Christ, he would have got 30 pieces of silver. You got people going to betray you. Your own enemies will come to your own friends and say, hey, you friends with, for example, if your name is Keisha, they're going to be like, hey, you friends with Keisha? Hey, you know what? I'm not really a fan of that girl. How about this? I'll give you 200. Tell me some of her secrets. And then guess what? If your friend is not a real follower of Christ, that's how they get caught right then and there. The enemy himself could come to one of your own friends, your own family, and say, hey, I'll give you the whole world. I'll offer you this world. I'll offer you the kingdoms. I'll make you a millionaire if you go against your friend. If you try and kill your Christian friend. And guess what? A lot of times people, they'll take that deal with the enemy. Because even though the enemy will end up turning on them and they'll end up going to hell, going to a lake of fire when they die, they're not looking at that. They think in the moment. They're not thinking ahead. And that's how Satan catches so many people. That's how the enemy is able to catch so many people and just draw them in. Draw their spirits in. Destroy them. Because you got to have the mind of Christ. You got to have your mind focused on heaven. Focused on the future. Your eternity. Not have your mind focused on this world. And a lot of people, especially a lot of Christians, they have their mind focused on this world. And if you're a follower of Christ, you got your mind way above thinking about heaven, thinking about pleasing God, and you got someone who's a Christian who secretly got their mind in this world and trying to please people, you guys are eventually going to clash. And they're going to eventually going to turn on you. They're going to end up betraying you. But at the end of the day, you can't let it break you, because you're a follower of God. As soon as one person leaves, God's going to send more help. As soon as one person leaves, God's going to send more people to help you. So don't let it break you. Just understand, this walk with God, you're going to face persecution from many people. Friends, family, coworkers, bosses, multiple people. but you can't let it stop you. But nevertheless, guys, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, share it, and have a blessed day.